Welcome to our third video in our series titled Entering the Unknown. In our last video, we looked at how we could use variables as a way to rewrite long wordy sentences and transform them into simple mathematical expressions. In this video, we're going to look at variables again and see how we can use them to create equations. If we go back to our original t-table, we know that our puddle wizard populations, those mysterious and made-up creatures of the deep, are increasing in size by 1 each day, starting from 4. The variable p represents the number of puddle wizards, and the expression increasing by 1 is represented by p plus 1. But in order to make a more accurate prediction from the future, we need to link the values from the day to the number of puddle wizards that we have. So in order to do that, we look at the number 1 and we say to ourselves, how do I get from 1 to 4? My first reaction is always to multiply by 4 because it's easiest. 1 times 4 is 4. But we now know that in a t-table, to create a pattern that's predictable, we need to make sure it applies to every row. And we now know also that 2 times 4 is definitely not 5. In fact, it's 8. So we know that this cannot be the pattern for our t-table. So back to the drawing board. We go 1 and we think, how do I get to 4? Well, this time I'm going to try add 3. And let's see if it applies to the other rows of our t-table. So 2 plus 3 is in fact 5. And 3, we are going to add 3. And we're lucky it equals 6. So we now know that the number of puddle wizards is the day increased by 3. That word sentence actually tells us what is happening in that t-table. But I want to create an equation, something a little bit simpler, to take all these words and transform it into simple mathematical language. But first, what is an equation? An equation is a mathematical sentence that has two equal sides that are separated by an equal sign. You may have seen these before. For example, from our t-table, we know that 3 plus 3 equals 6. The left side of the equation, 3 plus 3, is equal to the right side, which is 6. We can also look at it like this. 24 is 6 times 4. The left side is 24, and the right side, 6 times 4, equals 24. So let's look back here, and let's look at our t-table and our number sentence. We are going to change, instead of writing the number of puddle wizards, we're going to write the letter P. We're going to say P is equal to what? Well, I don't want to write the word day of because I want to make it simple. So we're going to replace the word day with the variable d, where d represents day. So I'm going to put up here. D is equal to day. Now, increased can be replaced by an addition sign and 3. So again, we took that long word sentence and created a mathematical equation. P, the number of puddle wizards, is equal to the day plus 3. Let's see if we can use numbers, though, from our t-table to prove that we are correct. So instead of writing D this time, we're going to take 1, day 1, and we're going to see if P is in fact equal to 4. Go back to your t-table. In fact, we did collect 4 puddle wizards on day 1. So we see that our equation is working. Let's try day 3. So instead of D, we're going to write not 1, but 3. And 3 plus 3 is 6. And we go back to our t-table and we were correct again. So let's try it with our last number, our number 9, what we want to predict. So we're going to replace D with 9, and 9 plus 3 is 12. So we know that on day 9, we are going to find 12 puddle wizards. Now, there is one more layer to this story, and this happens from one of my students' page. They were tracking, and we went and found out that someday in the near future, we are going to have 18 puddle wizards, which is amazing. That's awesome. It's a very steady population. But the problem is that we don't know what day it was on because she got part of her paper wet. So we're going to rewrite the equation like this. And in the next video, I will show you how to solve this equation using mathematical expressions. But right now, let's guess and check. What plus 3 will equal 18? Well, if you think in your head, 18 minus 3 is 15, so therefore 15 3 equals 18. So on day 15, we're going to find 18 puddle wizards. Tune in next time to find out another way to solve this